Hey guys, how's it going and what's up? We got two more Voltax or Voltax lights from Dollarama. Now, from what I gather, Dollar Tree is Canada and US, but Dollarama is Canada only. So, for us guys in Canada, here we go. We do have a Dollar Tree here though as well. But anyways, so we're looking at this unit here in the blister pack, $4.50. Be still my heart. 14 LEDs though. That's a good bonus. And our one to the left, a short little guy, was a whole $2.25 with 9 LEDs. Now these are the types of flashlights that are made by many other brands. You can get these at Canadian Tire, Home Hardware, anywhere where you can find a flashlight. I'm sure they carry them with these standard LEDs in them. And these are the lights that I tell people to try their best to stay away from because, well, compared to a cob LED, these things are kind of garbage. But, you know, I haven't tried out the Voltax yet, so we'll have to see what kind of promise we have, if any. And we are going to lumen test these puppies too and go through some brightness. So let me get this one out of the package. And so both of these flashlights do come with batteries, which is quite nice. You know, so that's all right. And of course they are cheapy batteries, just keep that in mind. And you know, to be quite honest, if you're going to buy a flashlight of this kind of caliber, we'll say, I'd probably stick with just using cheap batteries. But because it's not really worth the cost of energizers really in something like this. If it had a cob, then I would say, okay, you know, if it's got a cob light in it, definitely invest in some energizers and away you go and you're good. But well, you know, anyhow, so we're gonna load this thing up for batteries. It comes with our typical tray, which is compatible with a lot of other flashlights, which is kind of nice. So we are not going to be drop testing these. I don't see the point to it anyways. Besides, they are made out of aluminum, so they're going to be pretty durable in that sense. Just wouldn't try running them over with your vehicle. So one definite nice bonus of having a cheap flashlight is the spring is cockeyed on the back. There you go. There's some cheapness for you. And all that, it even automatically turned on for us. All right. Whew. So I think our first test we need to do is to kind of get back a little bit, and we're going to turn off the lights in here. We'll start with the little guy. Now neither one of these have any kind of lumen rating on them, so we don't know what the lumens are, but that's another reason why we have the machine, not just to see how close they are to specs, but in this case we have no specs. But they say this this bigger one here is good for in the car, camping, in your boat. It looks like, well, it says driving, but it's got a picture of an RV trailer, duh. And for hiking, well, I don't know. All right, let's kill the lights in here and see what kind of go to the ceiling first. Yeah, that's pretty weak. Even from where I'm looking, wow. That is definitely not a very strong flashlight. Even with the hot spot in the middle, I mean, you kind of see a pattern of the LEDs surrounding each other on the ceiling. It's kind of a weird kind of thing. I don't know how well you're going to see that, but I'm just turning it in a circle, and that's the pattern that goes on it. It's really flipping weird. But that's $2.25 for you. But I guess if you're looking within about 2 feet of something, you can get a really good up close and personal view, maybe, I don't know, 5-10 feet tops. It's really not a very bright light, which honestly, I kind of expected that. All right, let's try our big boy here that's got a whack load of LEDs. Hit the ceiling. And these are running the exact same power. They're both running 3 AAAs each. And looks like we've got more promise with our 14 LED model here. Much brighter hot spot on it. So that's pretty good. That's nice and bright. And yeah, this thing should have at least a good, you know, 20-30 foot distance at least. It's they're both the same as far as they're a combination of flood, spot, and one kind of deal. The hot spot's really nice and bright though. That's not bad for $4.50, you know. And like I said, both aluminum, 14 LEDs though. The problem with these though, why I say they're so problematic too, is with having all of these little LEDs. Each one of those LEDs is good for up to 3.6, 3.7 volt. And when you have them all surrounded like that, they're obviously they're all in a parallel hookup. And they're going to drain the batteries really fast. Like, the batteries are just not going to last you for very long. So even that's why, another reason why I say don't waste your money on Energizers or Duracells. It's just going to suck them back like nobody's business. Like, if you got an hour out of these batteries, you would be kind of doing lucky before it would be a useless amount of light. You know, you get a little bit more runtime out of Energizers before they're going to go too dim, but these do suck up a lot of juice compared to a cob LED, which is also very notorious for being very superior, much brighter too. Okay, so let's turn on our lumen tester and let's see what kind of readings we can get out of these things. So we're looking about 50 lumens out of our small little guy here. So that's this one. I kind of figured it was a little on the weakish side, but hey, it's 50 lumens. Like I said, it's there. All right, let's try the big boy here. Let's see what this thing puts out. That has 9 LEDs. This has 14. So we're looking a good 130. You know, I'm going to call that 130. There's always the fluctuation on these meters no matter what. So I'm going to call that about 130 lumen. So I think, you know, for $5, I mean, you could buy, even for $5 you can get about 120, 130 lumen flashlight with a cob for around the same kind of money. It wouldn't be as chunky as this. It would be more toward a pen light, but it's a matter of how much spread there is on the beam. This may have a bit better spread, but the cob's going to get you a heck of a lot longer run time in comparison. So it's kind of a little war you got to choose with yourself. As far as the backing for projection plating, there is some there on both of these. Okay. So for $2.25, I'd leave that on the shelf for sure, 100%. You know, for $4.50, this one's definitely a lot better, and it's only got 5 LEDs more, right, than the other one, and it definitely it's a lot more robust. See where we can unscrew the front right off of this thing. So okay, that's kind of cool. So no focusing there, but we can take it apart at either end regardless. But yeah, that's got some brightness to it, so not too shabby. But yeah, these are flashlights that I really don't recommend, mainly because they are power suckers. They're not really all that bright anyways. You know, and even if you spent $10, you could get a really decent flashlight for $10, you know. So I'd probably avoid these ones. Now, if you guys remember, we have the other Voltax light, which I actually have here in the drawer. I can't remember what it lumen tested out as. I'm pretty sure this is that we do. And the back, and this has a cob. Now this was $4.50 as well, and that's really nice compared to that. Well, this. Okay, so this has got the 14. This has got a big cob in it. Okay, so if we want to do the nighttime test here, let's turn the lights off. Now the first one will be the black one with the 14 LEDs, just to the ceiling, and that's what we're going to expect. Now if we take the other one, that's a little bit more light. Get both of them going. Little bit of a difference between them. The one in the cob's a bit brighter, and the batteries are definitely going to last a little bit longer. And again, they're both using AAAs. So let's fire up our lumen tester here, because I don't remember the exact reading we got. I know it's on my channel. This may vary a little bit only because the batteries have been used and whatnot, but yeah, so we're looking at, with slightly used batteries, let me get this in the right spot of this sensor. Yeah, we're actually down to about 60 some lumen. Wow. That's, yeah, we might have to try some fresh batteries, because I know this thing did better. Yeah, 70. I'd have to pretty much put it right in there. Yeah, it ain't that, it's not that much. So yeah, the battery is starting to get a bit weak. I've been using this a bit since I got it. So the batteries are original batteries and they are getting a little weak. So either way, between them, yeah, you know, kind of thing. But I think if I was going to pick between the two, I would definitely go after the silver one first. Because when you start looking at the amount of light that's coming off, and right now, of course, we are working with a bit of a weaker battery here, we're showing a really nice amount of light. There's not a lot of a hot spot on this silver one. It's mostly just like flooded, right? And it does light up an area quite well. Let me just compare here. Yeah, see, we got quite the hot spot on this thing here. You know, even from this distance, yeah, like that's 120-ish lumens, right? And then we got this one at the same amount of distance. Well, I can barely even read. So yeah, because this has no real hot spot, it's pure flood. You got to really get up on this thing, onto the sensor. So let me turn the lights back on here. So we get this one up about, yeah, because we got to pretty much bury the light into the sensor. It's definitely putting out a lot more lumen. Let me just take a quick boo at my YouTube channel for a quick sec, guys. I just want to check what the lumens were on that silver one, just so you have a comparison, right? I mean, you guys can check too, but content, flashlight lumen test, Voltax. Yep, this was the one. So
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska?
Commercials.
That's why you need the new and improved bearskin.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back.
So we're gonna find this
is our Dollarama, our newest
now
purchase.
This is the one I'm looking up on my channel here.
It tested out at 200 lumens as far as the box goes, and I did test this on video for you guys once already. And I've used the flashlight a couple of times. I've done some drop testing, and I want to see as a comparison. So if you check out the Voltax 200 lumen flashlight.
Yeah, this was rated for 200.
Check that video. I did lumen test it, and you can compare.
So I was right. We had to get up a lot closer.
With a couple of runs on it, and of course we did some drop testing. It has gone down a little bit. Something I wouldn't have done except it is from the dollar store, so I don't care if it would have broken. And actually stayed intact really well, so quite impressed there. Now this flashlight is strictly a flood, and it is on and off only. So we're looking at about 300 lumen.
Yeah, so it did really well.
I can't remember.
So, but that is definitely the better bang for your buck. It's all aluminum. It has the cob. It puts out around 300 lumens, a little higher than what it's rated for. Where this thing, yeah, in comparison, there is a difference, you know. but it's still, it's kind of the bulb thing, you know. It's, these LED bulbs are notorious for just sucking your batteries dry really fast. But it is kind of your choice, you know, what you want to do. You know, flashlights are flashlights. Some people buy cheapy, some people buy expensive flashlights, you know, because they want real good horsepower. I know for myself, I have some favorites, and I'll be doing a video on my favorite flashlights eventually. But I do want to see if I can find a few more that are a little more powerful than what I currently have. But so far, I do have my favorites of my collection so far that I'm using quite often, and I do like them a lot. So, anyways, I would definitely say that smaller one. Don't even bother for $225. If you're gonna get this kind of a light, maybe they're out of stock of the Cobb one that's aluminum, then I would probably get this one. But just be aware, it does have some decent output, but it is definitely going to suck those batteries pretty quick. And it's going to do the same thing to Energizers, the same thing to Duracells. You're going to gain a little bit of time with them, but, you know. But as far as, you know, just basically looking around for something at a very close range, it'll work. You know, that's the thing. It's good for very close stuff. I probably wouldn't go hiking in the bush or, you know, that sort of thing with it, because you're not going to see much, right? Especially when you're restricted to distance. If you need distance, this is not for you. But if you need something that's dirt cheap, you might fire it up once or twice a month, then maybe, you know, kind of thing. But I don't know. To each their own, but at least we got a ballpark idea of what kind of lumens to expect for our buck. And we definitely know that all aluminum one is rated for 200, and it puts out around the 300 mark. It's the better bang for your buck, using the exact same dollar store batteries that come with all these Voltax flashlights, and it's a great little flashlight too in comparison. So I don't know. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and you know, and we'll just continue finding more flashlights to check out, especially cheap stuff. I love buying the cheap ones. I'm gonna go to Canadian Tire probably in the next little bit and see what they got on sale, because I like buying stuff on sale, especially flashlights. I hate paying retail, but I want to check out some of their, maybe their actual Mastercraft brand or Motomaster, whatever you want to call them. See what their flashlights are like in comparison to some of the counterpart name brand ones that look the same kind of thing. But anyways, see you on the next one.